Hey there, I'm Katsumi, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, right now, I'm kind of like feeling some sort of atmosphere that's carrying like a definitive, unshakable weight of brilliance and a firm, clear statement of dominance. And so, the word coming through is intellect. And I'm also hearing that your path is secured by an inner commitment, and every past effort is now aligning to solidify your total comprehensive victory. Now let's find out what other messages are coming through. So it looks to be in the existing like mindset, there's some like sort of stubbornness or inflexibility towards something, okay? It feels as though it has a lot to do with your strategy towards something, perhaps. Something to do with you fighting for something. Oh wow, the world is popping up. It's interesting that we've also been seeing this quite a bit. So it kind of makes sense that that's like kind of like your spark, like the world is like sparking something in you. Okay. Knight of Swords, it's like almost this vibe of like you being very decisive about something. So that's probably why stubbornness is coming through here. It's like you don't want to be flexible because like you're trusting your path. You kind of already know what you want to do going forward. And it's like you're just being very strategic about things. So it's like as to not, I heard falter, as to not sway into a different direction is what I'm hearing. Okay. Hmm. And so with the world, it's like you're kind of decisively moving towards the elements that are almost like bringing you more wholeness, bringing you more fulfillment in your life. Okay. And people see you as someone who's like very decisive, someone who's really on top of their game, is what I'm seeing and hearing here. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So it's almost as though I'm almost getting a vibe where it's like you're done allowing people to dictate your life. You're done with allowing people to manipulate you, like these subtle attempts of manipulation. Like it's like you've taken full control, is what I'm seeing. Okay, Nine of Pentacles, almost like you are being more routine and committed in what it is that you're doing. Like you're no longer allowing people to take action on your behalf. You're taking the action. You're being more responsible in your action. You're being more diligent in your action. And in doing so, this like sort of like embodiment of communities coming through, okay? Something to do with someone said something that kind of tapped this mindset into being, into fruition, is what I'm hearing. It's like you decided to choose your own, almost like your own path. I'm almost getting this vibe where it's like you kind of had to look within, because in your blind spot positioning here, something to do with community, something to do with the flaws that are happening within the community that were perhaps like an oversight for some apparent reason or some apparent situation. Something made you realize what was going on, you know? Normally when I see Three of Cups, I'm like, I'm thinking happy, I'm thinking joy, but it appears to be something that was a blind spot for you. Something to do with the community and what it was trying to do to you. What it was trying to, I don't know, like, I feel as though it's like I heard the word puppeteer for some reason. Um, Almost like people wanted to kind of like manipulate certain situations, okay, disrupt your momentum, okay, like kind of throw out certain tactics is what I'm hearing. Oh, actually, universe wants me to take out both cards, so I'll do that. Something to do with the King of Wands, okay? It feels as though like this Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands is facing each other. It feels like this is someone looking in, okay? Something like it's like a hidden influence of some kind. Maybe this is like a family figure, a family, a friend, a coworker of some kind. Because like when I see the King of Wands, I'm thinking, okay, this person is seeing you. They have this vision. They're very bold, but they can also be very charming, okay? They can also have like hidden influences towards you. So that's kind of like, that makes sense. Like I was seeing and feeling like this sort of manipulation vibe coming out in the background. It's like someone's trying to disrupt your momentum. They're trying to almost like utilize their tactics because of like their authority over you, perhaps. maybe it has something to do with like, even though they have like this boldness, they're like really charming. Maybe they're just like, there's just like these manipulative, narcissistic tendencies happening in the background that are kind of just like trying to like persuade you to do certain things, trying to make you powerless, is what I'm hearing. Okay. It's almost like they have some sort of obsession with your next move, obsession with what you are doing. But it's like the aftermath is like this high priestess where it's like you intuitively know in your heart of hearts what you want to do going forward, what your next move is. Something tells me it's like you kind of already knew, like, like I heard the jig is up. That's what I heard. Okay. Something to do with like you decided to be in this stubborn, inflexible mindset to kind of like seal your fate, seal what it is that you want to do going forward. Okay. And that's going to really make you victorious, is what I'm hearing. Oh, wow, I'm getting like doubles for some reason. But in the energies, yeah, you're just manifesting. That makes a lot of sense because it's almost as though you knew that you needed to create your own abundance. You needed to create your own manifestation, your own power, your own inspired power. It feels as though you're very inspired in your past energies into your present energies. Okay, because you have this Knight of Pentacles, like you have everything that you need to pretty much like go at it, is what I'm hearing, to kind of try to achieve your dreams in the way that you see it. Okay. The devil also kind of feels as though like in your environment there is some like bondage to certain things. There is some temptation to kind of like things that are kind of latching on to you. Okay, maybe there might be some people who are envious, who might have like shadow desires or sort of like these underlying motives towards you. Okay. But like you've been utilizing your intellect, and that's kind of like makes sense why we're getting that word coming through. Something to do with like you're just like your inner commitment towards things is just solidifying your victory because it's like that there's bondages, something I don't know why I got something to do with like a contract. So maybe there's some sort of obligation involved, some sort of like I don't know, some sort of like inner commitment. Like there's just like this underlying feeling of like you've got to keep things moving, but you don't want to like rock the boat, is what I'm hearing. Like you don't want to stay anchored in something, but you want to keep the boat moving, but you don't want the captain to know that the boat's setting sail to like this other destination. So it's like you're redirecting the course of the sail, the course of the boat, is what I'm hearing. Page of Cups also gives this vibe of just like what people are almost like breaking through or like unfolding in your environment also kind of feels like there are people around you that kind of make you feel more creative, makes you feel more like artistic and dreamy about what you're doing with this Page of Cups energy. Like you're using your emotions over your logic. So it's like that's why that stubbornness and inflexibility kind of just shines through. It's because like even though you're using your heart, you're still using your intellectual power because it's like that sometimes certain decisions can only be made with the heart and not the mind, is what I'm hearing. Ooh, okay. And also, it's like on top of that, there's just some sort of like guidance or like some sort of wisdom that you're receiving from someone or something that has a lot to do with like your passion, okay? Something to do with you knowing that if you drive towards your passionate pursuits with this Knight of Wands, you drive through with this sort of intensity, it's going to just put you in a spot or place that I don't know why I heard the word uplifting. Okay, it's gonna make you feel uplifted. It's going to make you feel balanced. Also, it's gonna make you feel like something is fair. I don't know why I got Libra energy from that as well. Justice is Libra, but there might be someone of significance that needs to be highlighted there. Like there's some sort of balance taking place. 10 of Wands also kind of feels as though there are still going to be some burdens. There's still going to be some things that creep up and kind of stress you out a little bit, but it's going to be like through the final breakthrough, the final solution. When you're winning, there's going to be some slight strain, but it's for the greater good, is what I'm hearing here. Okay, let's find out what the destination of final outcome is. Oh, something to do with me wanting to, like having to take both. So you have the King of Pentacles. It's interesting to see that because we got King of Pentacles and the reading yesterday. So that reading might be of significance to you as well. And we also got it today in the final energies. For some reason, when I was thinking back on the reading the other day, it kind of made me feel like, I probably should have told the collective maybe like, there's like a big breakthrough coming through, but something to do with like, it might be also financially too for some of you. I was getting this message later after the reading where it's just like, oh yeah, like there's also like monetary gain for you. So that energy still might be lingering in this reading as well. And the universe is just like, hey, deliver that message too that you didn't quite tell the collective the other day. So that might be of significance. Many of you might be also just leveling up in your career, your finances, your health, and everything in between. Okay, maybe even your relationships, your partnerships. Wow, you also have the Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. It's so interesting to see that because it's like the universe is almost like solidifying that you are going to be stable. You are going to have some sense of wisdom in that as well. Like something to do, I heard investments. And also, you're just being very grounded in this Page of Pentacles energy. It's like the potential of things are going to, spring up and into something beautiful, prosper into something beautiful. You're also feeling like really grounded, and you're having like this. I almost feel like you have like I keep feeling this wanderlust like environment or vibe coming from you. It's like you're still remaining dreamy as even though like you're still achieving your dreams and aspirations, like you're still going, you know what I mean? Like one step at a time. It's as though you're creating goals that feel obtainable in the short term and you're not thinking too far into the long term, even though the goals kind of add up to it, is what I'm hearing. It's like you have this like strategic like genius about you. Like it's almost like an obsession almost, where it's like you know what you're going for, you know what you're fighting for. So it's like you're kind of using that, is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see what other energies are coming through in the other spreads here. And so, yeah, let's just check out that shadow work. That's something the universe just wants you to know. Also, I was also getting like a lot of withdrawn energy coming from this initial spread. Something to do with you just kind of like putting yourself like you're kind of like transitioning and healing and recovering from perhaps like these manipulative attempts, okay? And like, so it's as though you chose silence as your ultimate weapon. Something to do with toxic but familiar. So it's like as though you're moving away from these patterns, attachments, these comforts and pain. And you're just doing work in that regard. Kind of gives me this vibe of just like you are utilizing and reflecting off of certain conversations, certain results of the past. Okay? Yeah, like you're just kind of scrolling through, kind of reminiscing. Even though you might not be healing in that state, it's as though it's like you're kind of collecting your. It's almost like you're having like a ledger of some kind where you're just kind of writing down all of the tactics and all the motives that happen in the background, so you can kind of like be more mindful going forward, is what I'm hearing there. And ooh, okay, we got two. And it's like it's almost as though you're empty from the situation. I feel like this was like a lot of tug of war, a lot of back and forth in some sort of relationship. Something to do with this like because someone had always had like their hand in the pot, is what I'm hearing, like too many chefs in the kitchen. It's almost as though it just had this like vibe of you wanting to have this like escape of some kind. Maybe you were trying to fuel yourself in like other activities like gaming. Maybe you went to substances. Maybe you caught on to new addictions or something like that weren't too well to kind of have that escapism. Maybe shopping might be of significance here. Maybe sleeping, I'm getting. And something about overthinking, having anxiety over situations, but also like emptiness towards what could be. And so there's like, it seems to be like there was some sort of doubt as well. Something to do with just like impatience or just like divine silence. It's like you kind of like, I heard set the mood. The universe set the mood for you, or you set the mood. So it's now like this time for you to just kind of like reflect, soul search, go into that solitude. So that's probably what your mindset was when you're like in this inflexible, stubborn state where it's like you just want things to be right, but you're not sure how to get from point A to point B, is what I'm hearing. Oh, kind of want to take this one. Yeah. Believing in fairy tales, idolizing love, constantly waiting, forever dreaming. Something to do with like that dreamlike state. Okay. I guess that's why I got the word wanderlust popping through. Something to do with you kind of dreaming of the future, dreaming about what could be, what might have been. Okay. And it's giving me that like Ace of Pentacles vibes for some reason. Yeah. There's also some sort of like people pretending to be something that they're not. People were convincing you of certain stories, certain motives, agendas. It almost feels like I don't know why I got like this vibe of a best friend. Almost like, like it seems like they're in your corner, but in actuality, they're not, you know? It's as though they kind of just wanted you in their hemisphere so that they can kind of like, I don't know why. Kind of like ring you around, kind of like ring around the rosy kind of vibe, kind of like put you in this cycle, this like perpetual cycle, which makes sense with this devil energy here. I don't know why. I was also thinking death with that energy too. Like maybe you're ending that cycle. You're finally like renewing yourself from that cycle. You're moving forward. Yeah. Yeah, you're bouncing back, okay? It's because like you're resilient, all right? You're recovering quickly from things. You're very determined too to like rise up again, to go at things again. And so it's almost as though you're starting fresh at the finish line. It's like you finished the race, but now you're going at it again, but with a different sort of mindset. Yeah. And so now you're going to also be socially recognized for you kind of like turning the tides on certain things. You kind of like utilizing your power to influence people, your power to almost like swipe up, make your own decisions, your power to just kind of keep it moving. Okay. Something to do with this like doom scrolly vibe. It almost gives you this vibe of like someone just like scrolling to the next thing, you know, like you're on to the next step, you're on to the next journey. Okay. Also feels as though the universe wants you to like maintain, I heard like sovereignty for some reason, maintain your silence towards certain individuals who are trying to make clear statements, okay, or like trying to cascade a shadow over your clear statements, okay, and like to be dominant in like what it is that you want to do going forward, so that you're like unshakable, okay. So that's like all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment down below. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.